Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis.
But of course, Boogie2988 was one of those people that was there in the beginning. And he's somebody that I think is probably one of the most awful people on this platform.
Overall, I feel the entire lore and situation around Boogie2988 over the last 5 or 6 years has just been incredibly sad.
Boogie2988 is the most frustrating of all the lolcows. With every beneficial thing he does, there are 10 more that bring him down. Continuing where the previous video left off, he has shown to handle every situation he's been in poorly.
The name Boogie2988 is truly a relic from another time on YouTube. Once one of the most beloved people on the site, he has sadly since then been relegated to one of the many cows that the community pokes and prods from time to time for content.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet.
Stephen J. Williams, otherwise known as Boogie2988, is a well-known internet personality and YouTube content creator. His very first humble video from 17 years ago is called Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Still magical darkness? Still magically dark. It's not magically creepy.
My butt.
Booga booga.
Yay. 23.
Ow.
And the comments were overwhelmingly positive. He quickly gained popularity for his vlogs, rants, and sketches, often discussing topics related to gaming, internet culture, and personal experiences.
I, playing World of Warcraft, you know, and, fucking servers are just crap. God damn it!
He was best known for a character, Francis, an exaggerated persona he used in some of his videos to express frustration and anger about various subjects.
So, I just got home from Steve's place, and we've been playing 4th edition D&D now for about a month. But he's one of the few people in the area that's willing to DM and has an RPGA DMing license. So, I'm just willing to play in the game because it's sanctioned. Characters I purchased with my money, and I memorized it, okay? I know that words were not even in the game as the Master's Manual 2. It is bullshit. It is bullshit. That's almost an hour's worth of work at Best Buy that I had to put in just to drive to your place.
He's been active on YouTube for many years and has amassed a large following. Unfortunately, for Boogie, things weren't always happy. On December 19th, 2017, he announced via a YouTube video that he and his wife were getting a divorce.
My marriage here on YouTube has been very public. I think every time I've made a rambling video, I've talked about my wife and the things that we are doing. I've talked about the travels we've made. Whenever I travel to meet you guys somewhere at a convention, my wife has always been with me. Me and my wife had one major issue that was persistent throughout the entire marriage, and that was my anxiety disorder, my clinically diagnosed PTSD. But more importantly, not just the disorder itself, but the stupid things that I would say and the stupid things that I would do when I was in the middle of a fight or flight attack. But beyond the anxiety disorder, she was still dealing with my morbid obesity. She was still dealing with my chronic pain issues, and that stuff is hard enough for me to deal with, but I have no choice. I'm stuck in this brain. I'm stuck in this body. She had a choice, and she made it, and I think she made the right decision. Back towards the middle of October, she told me that she was thinking about separating now that I was out of the surgery and now that I was nice and healthy. We talked about it and decided that she should take a break in November. 2 weeks into that, she called up and said that she had made her decision, that she wanted things to be a more permanent change, and that we should start moving in that direction.
This was finalized in February of 2018. Boogie explained she wasn't happy and wanted to leave to see if she could be happy. She also waited until she knew I was going to be okay post-surgery before she left. Stephen had undergone gastric bypass surgery in August of 2017. Fast forward to July 2023 when Boogie uploaded a video, "My girlfriend moved in." in which he reveals he has a new girlfriend.
So, we've been living together now for a couple of weeks, right?
Right.
What do you think? Are you having fun?
I'm having a lot of fun.
And you've decided that you are ready to let the internet know. Are you nervous?
I'm more excited than nervous.
Yeah. So I did post some photos to Twitter last night, and the reaction has been interesting.
Many fans have questioned Boogie's personality due to apparent discrepancies in his behavior in his YouTube videos in comparison to his behavior while streaming. In his YouTube videos, Boogie demonstrates calm and collected behavior.
As you may know by watching the channel, I've been covering a lot of current events lately, stuff like drag shows or LGBTQ stuff, but also Elon Musk buying Twitter and things along that lines. And people are consistently trying to label me for my politics. You must be a liberal, you must be a centrist, you must be a Republican. So today I thought we would talk about that.
On stream, however, he displays arrogant and brash behavior. Boogie conceded this discrepancy in a tweet, stating that his YouTube personality is who he wants to be.
They're like, you could have lost more weight. You failed your surgery. You're still fat. You should be skinnier. Boogie's always like, yes, I hear you, and I hear your feelings and your opinions, and that is correct. I could have done better, and I want to do better, and I'm going to try, because I'm a beta cook. People-pleasing piece of shit. That's what Boogie says. Okay? Now, if somebody walks up to me and says, hey, you lost 200 pounds. You could have lost more, and you should have lost more. How does it feel to be a failure? My answer is, fuck yourself. Eat shit! Eat shit and go fuck yourself! Suck every dick in the world and fucking die! How about that?
He has made multiple statements on his Twitch stream that have amassed him multiple controversies. There have been numerous accounts of Boogie lying and manipulating his fans about his health and other topics. In 2019, Boogie got exposed by a YouTuber by the name of Christopher Tom. In the video, Tom stated that Boogie had been manipulating his fans for a while, and he showed proof that Boogie played different characters on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
It's now 2018, and while he's past his peak, Boogie still has some footing in the YouTube community. Boogie often mentioned his financial situation with an air of despair or concern. For example, in this tweet, he acts as if the money that he'll be earning in the next year will be his entire savings, since, as he prophesizes, his career is soon to be over and he'll go back to working retail. And this would be a very scary prospect, but it doesn't really add up. Mind you, at this point, he's been successful on YouTube for a decade and has over 4 million subscribers and owns his own home. In his many videos centered around promoting his Patreon, he says the donations are contributing towards his family's peace of mind. In reality, Boogie himself admitted that he made 6 figures yearly in his upper middle class, so at the time he definitely wasn't in line to get a job at Target anytime soon. But what really does it is the fact that he bought Tesla. Yes, the madman actually did it. To make matters worse, he excused his decision to do so by saying that, despite AdSense paying him poorly, which he's probably lying about, his sponsors pay well and he can easily afford a Tesla. A week later, however, he was back to portraying his impoverished persona, acting like he bought a car he couldn't afford and regretted it. Later on, when people started throwing this at him when he tried to play poor again, he would simply pretend like he never said he bought it. Yet another topic he's blatantly and consistently lied about is his weight. For example, during a 30-day clean eating challenge he did to lose weight, about halfway into it, he's seen eating fried foods and candy. In a stream clip, he claims this is due to the fact in the event he was attending, no healthy food was available, which most certainly was a lie.
Sometime in the summer of 2020, a YouTuber named Frank Hassel was terminated. His content mostly consisted of him harassing people in public.
Why do my black friends keep calling me a honk in your face?
Team, fall back!
On Twitter, he claimed that Boogie was one of the reasons his account got terminated. For the next few months, there was a vicious back and forth. Eventually, Frank moved over to Boogie's town and started threatening to come to his house to hurt him.
Yeah, let's hear Frank's side of the show.
Yeah,
I want to hear what the fuck this fucker got to say, because I'm about to tear into you, Frank. So let's let you get the first word, baby.
Okay. Well, you know, what I saw was a man who is like afraid to be helped. Like I saw clips where somebody was on his stream. Somebody was on his stream saying that I was going to go to his house and like do all this stuff to him. He's posting about how he thinks I'm going to rip him. And like home invade him and stuff.
You're gonna fuck. I thought that because you said in DMs you were gonna fucking ball gag me and shit, dude. Of course I thought that.
I said that you were in a mental ball gag because you are.
You don't want to fire the
you,
bees.
you speak in a very submissive tone of voice, like the language that you use and the way you talk to me. It's like you want me to dominate you.
In September of 2020, Frank went to Boogie's house and Boogie threatened him with a gun and told him to leave. After not listening, Boogie fired a warning shot. He left soon after.
Come on, you fucking pussy, what's the deal? Where's the gun at, you fat Open fire! Open fire! You're a fat pussy. You won't even open the door? And then what, you're gonna shoot me? You're gonna kill me? I guess so, buddy.
Okay. Is it cocked and ready? Is this pull the trigger?
Yeah, on 3, pull the trigger.
Okay. Is this what I have to do?
You fat fucking. Oh my god. Is this real? Is this guy gonna kill me?
Yes. He's here to look at the air conditioner, Sam. Is this what I have to do?
You're a fucking.
In about 30 seconds, I'm gonna fire a warning shot.
Fire it now.
Okay.
Fire the warning shot now.
Many months later, Boogie was charged with an arrest warrant with $5,000. The next day, he turned himself into the Washington County Jail. The controversies and the manipulation have not gone unnoticed, and Boogie's subscriber and view count continues to fall. Recently, Boogie gave unfettered access to Mike Clume, a documentary filmmaker who recently uploaded The Dark, Sad Life of Boogie2988.
I wanted to make like a documentary that was generally entertaining. You realize, wait a second, everything he says is depressing. Everything he says is like the saddest shit I've ever heard.
I think covert narcissism is the right phrase. Like, oh, look at how pathetic I am. You should feel sorry for me. You would never be mean to me because I'm so pathetic, right? Oh, I'm so fat, I'm so weird, I'm so goofy, I'm such an old man, I'm so...
As you see in the Mike Clume video, Boogie admitted to perhaps being a covert narcissist. I thought, let's take a look back at an old Boogie video called The Truth About Why I'm So Fat and see if Boogie was demonstrating any traits that are similar to traits that fall within the spectrum of covert narcissism.
I've been big all my life. And for the longest time, I didn't care. For the longest time, I just thought that's how it was, and I wasn't going to do anything about it, and I'd die early, and I was happy with it. I grew up in an abusive family and an abusive home. The amount of pain that's in my head and my heart is immeasurable. It haunts me every day of my life and always will.
Covert narcissists often shift blame onto others. They might say, it's not my fault, you made me do this, to avoid taking responsibility for their actions.
Because of that, I have 2 diagnosed disorders. The first is PTSD. I have extreme anxiety. Several times a day. Some of the simplest things. Seeing a shoe on the floor, seeing soda on the edge of a chair or edge of a table or whatever. My brain will trigger. It's awful. I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm going to die. I lose my breath. I lose my mind. I go crazy. I get angry. I get sad. I get depressed. I get everything. I get suicidal. I'm afraid it won't end. I'm afraid it will end. I'm afraid I'll end myself. Once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day.
Please seek help if this is your reality. Although covert narcissists, instead of taking responsibility, project blame onto their mental health, saying, my insert mental health disorder here makes it hard for me to control my actions, shifting responsibility away from themselves.
One of the things that helps with that is food. It's one of the only things that help. And so when this happens, I'll eat. That's the second disorder. I have an obsessive compulsive eating disorder. When I'm in that kind of mental pain, when I'm in that kind of anguish, and I think about the day my mother attempted suicide, or the day my father lost his hearing in the coal mines, or the day that he had a stroke due to his alcoholism, or the day my mother tried to claw my eyes out and I jumped out of a moving car to save my left eye, which still doesn't work so good. It was barely worth saving. Or any of that stuff. I eat.
A covert narcissist might say, I can't help it, it's my, insert mental health disorder here, acting up, framing themselves as a victim of their own mental health to deflect responsibility. They can often use their mental health as a shield to deflect any criticism or consequences for their actions.
That's a pattern I've been in my whole life. But really, only about 5 years ago, I started giving a shit. My mom passed, which is part of it. I was free of that reign of tyranny. The other part is I met my wife. And I had someone who cared about me. And I started caring about myself because of it. Because of this woman, I've accomplished a lot. I'm famous, whatever that means. I make a good living doing it. And I've built a followership here on the internet. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Covert narcissists may harbor a sense of superiority or specialness, but they often hide it behind a mask of humility. They might downplay their achievements or talents in public, while internally harboring a belief that they are more important or more deserving than others.
And I met some amazing people, and we've done some amazing things, and we've saved some lives, and we've helped some people, and we've made people's minds change for the better, and we've entertained some people. If nothing else, we've made people laugh, and that's so wonderful. And I thought, if I can put that kind of motivation into work on this, I would succeed.
Covert narcissists may have grandiose fantasies of achieving significant success, power, or recognition. However, these ambitions are often internalized and not actively pursued. They may not take concrete steps towards realizing these fantasies.
And I have. Not in the way you'd like, not in the way you'd want, but in ways I can't really express to someone who doesn't know me personally, but I want to try. I dread making videos like this because when I do, the shitty people come out of the woodworks and they crap all over me, and I hate it. But the majority of you that come out are wonderful people who genuinely care. And I love you for it.
Covert narcissists can be highly sensitive to any form of criticism or perceived rejection. Even constructive feedback can be taken personally and lead to defensiveness or emotional distress. This sensitivity may stem from their fragile self-esteem.
Exercise is nowhere near as important as dieting, but it is important. And we had a gym membership we'd go to, and I'd swim 3-4 days a week. I'd do laps. I'd do water resistance exercises to build my core, to build my legs, to build all this wonderful strength and to do better. And it's slow. It was slow going. But in 6 months, I lost 67 pounds, and that was amazing. And I was so proud that I did. But at some point, one night I was getting out of the pool and my back would not hold my weight. And the pain that I was in was excruciating. And I want you to know that I have known real pain. I've known cigarette burns. I've had whiskey bottles cracked over my head. I've been cut. I've been stabbed. I've been scratched. I've been punched. I've been beat. I have lymphedema in my legs. I once had a necrotic wound this big that took 6 months to heal. I once lost 90% of the skin from my knee to my ankle on my left leg and had them peel it off of me while I was awake. And then it took 3 months for the skin to grow back. And with these wraps, I know pain, man. I know pain.
In conversations or situations, a narcissist might consistently try to one-up others. If someone shares an accomplishment or a story, the narcissist will share something even more impressive or attention-grabbing. If you are sick, they are sicker.
And this pain was different than everything else. And my wife got me home. She had to drag me to the car practically. And she got me home, and I got into the bed, and I thought to myself, man, this is it. I'm done. I'll never get out of this bed again. I've read a lot of stories about guys my size and women my size, and around 35 or 40, if they are not dead, they're generally bedridden a lot of the times. And I thought, this is it. And damn it, I have so much inspiration and so much to fight for and so much to live for. But as you can imagine, the PTSD, the anxiety, the fear, the terror, off the charts, man. Fear of my own life, fear of being stuck in that bed, fear of never walking right again, fear of never being able to live the life that I deserve or that my wife deserves for me to live. And of course I ate. I put on about 50 of the pounds of the 67 I lost back. I've lost some of that since, though. Along with getting better every day, getting more physically fit every day, I've managed to succeed. It's been slow going for a lot of different medical reasons, the pain being one of them, another being that I have no testosterone in my body. We tried testosterone supplements, but I get side effects from it, so they're afraid to have me on high dosages, but without decent dosages to get me to a regular level, my body can't build muscle mass, and I have little to no muscle mass, so that's complicated. A lot of reasons, not excuses.
Covert narcissists may take pride in their victimhood. They use their struggles and hardships to gain sympathy and attention, creating a subtle sense of superiority over those they perceive as less burdened or resilient.
Work still has to get done, but there are reasons. I hope you can understand the difference. But as I'm sitting right now, today, I'm 50 pounds from my heaviest ever, which was 587 pounds. And that's a victory to me. I'll take it. Because if I didn't try, I'd be twice the size I am now. Or let's just be honest, I'd be dead. If I hadn't fought my whole life to do my best, to try to overcome these disorders, to try to overcome the damage I'd already done, I'd be dead. If I truly didn't care, I would be gone by now. And I'm not. That's got to be proof of something, I guess.
Covert narcissists might cloak their pride in moral superiority. They may see themselves as more ethical, empathetic, or morally upright than others, using this belief to bolster their self-esteem. They think that they try harder than the rest of us.
About a year ago, I met with Diamond Dallas Page, almost a year ago. 11 months ago. He came here and taught me a diet that would work, and it did. And when I can stick to it, it helps, and it rocks. And even when I'm not sticking to it, even when my OCD takes over, I focus on the types of things he taught me to do. And it helps. Sometimes I eat food while I'm crying. Sometimes I hide food. Sometimes I buy a food and then throw it away, then dig it out of the trash and eat it while crying about it. And I try to stop. I try to not do it. I try. And I tell you, and I've said it a million times on the internet, and I'll tell you again, one of two things is going to happen. Either I will succeed, or I will die trying.
Covert narcissists are often adept at emotional manipulation, using subtle and deceptive tactics to control and influence others. They may play the role of the helpless victim who needs constant assistance. This behavior can elicit a caretaking response from others, providing the narcissist with a sense of control.
And that's the truth of it. I don't talk about it much publicly because there's not much progress to report. I try a new diet and I stick to it for 24 hours sometimes. 3 days, 10 days, 20 days. Sometimes it's the memories of the hell I've gone through. Sometimes it's the PTSD. Sometimes I'm just weak. And I fuck it up. I fuck it up all the time. I'm scared to tell you when I do.
Well, there you have him in all his glory, Boogie2988. Isn't he a peach? There's so many videos on the internet. If you'd like to take a look, please check out the Mike Klume documentary. It's excellent. Thank you so much for watching. Rio and I really appreciate it. Click the video if you liked it, grab a subscription or a channel membership, and until we meet again, please be kind, and hasta luego.